What is the Schomburg Center? To me, it is home. The place where we come to see who we really are, not just somebody else's reflection of who we are.
The Schomburg Center is a place of culture. It's a place of history. It's a place of knowledge.
The Schomburg Center, to me, is a repository of all of the things that has documented our sense of worth as a people.
For me, that means that it is a place of immense power.
The Schomburg Center is a public research library and a cultural institution.
For the study of the Pan-African world.
It is perhaps the best in the world.
My Schomburg Center is Arturo Alfonso Schomburg.
Arturo Schomburg said, Black history and culture and intellect exists at a time when most people didn't believe that. He collected those evidences, and that became the beginning of the collection.
And it has expanded and has grown to where it is now a world-class institution.
It holds over 10 million items.
There's no parallel anywhere that brings to light what we as people of color have done, what we continue to do.
Black culture is all of culture. The universals that animate everyone's life happen here for all people.
The Schomburg for me is one of the center pillars of Harlem. When I started the journey of finding out about Red Rooster and Harlem, the very first place I went to was the Schomburg.
Researchers from around the world come and use what we have here.
I could not have written just about any of the books that I've written without the Schomburg Center's archives, resources.
The Schomburg Center is much more than a library. We encourage lifelong learning and exploration.
The Junior Scholars Program is a Saturday program with students from 5th grade to senior year in high school to help them learn about Black history and culture.
Learning about my history is important because it teaches me who I am.
The Schomburg Junior Scholars Program is going to do nothing but uplift them.
So many talented and brilliant people have walked the corridors of this amazing institution over the years. From Octavia Butler to Toni Morrison and James Baldwin, Ella Fitzgerald, Alvin Ailey, and Harry Belafonte, who graced the stage in this room of the American Negro Theater.
This place evokes great memories. It was a gift to us in our community to really try to find that space to reflect expressions of Black experience. I just knew that the environment and what I saw these young African Americans doing was a place I needed to be.
What is my Schomburg Center? I'm standing here at the Cosmogram, which underneath holds the ashes of the poet Langston Hughes. On the evening when this Cosmogram was dedicated, people began to empty out of the auditorium. A jazz trio struck up, and to my amazement, Amiri Baraka went over and asked Maya Angelou for a dance. And they started to dance on top of the Cosmogram, on top of the ashes of Langston Hughes, and I felt what a fitting way to kiss the memory of Langston.
The Schomburg Center is a research institute and a library, but it's so much more than that.
There's something going on every day.
So many amazing people come here to talk about their creative craft, to share what inspires them. The Schomburg Center's collections help to tell stories even beyond our walls.
The Schomburg Center is here in this exhibition at MoMA, One-Way Ticket, Jacob Lawrence's Migration Series. We depend on the resources of the Schomburg to enable us to tell this story. Thinking about the implications of the past on the present is absolutely crucial for understanding the next steps, understanding what we have to do to go forward.
We today have the responsibility of making sure that new artists and activists, new scholars and poets know that this place continues to be a resource and a source of inspiration for the work that we must continue to do.
The Schomburg Center is knowledge.
The Schomburg Center, to me, is education.
The Schomburg Center is home, it is family, it is foundational.
The Schomburg Center is inspiration.
The Schomburg is with me in everything that I do.
Community, inside and out.
The Schomburg Center is us.
The Schomburg Center is you, and we invite each and every one of you to find your Schomburg Center.
Good evening. Welcome, family and friends. This is the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture. We're thrilled to have you here and have the Hip Hop Film Festival here. Give the festival a round of applause, please. I'm Casey Matthews. I'm Deputy Director at the Schomburg Center. I have the honor of actually welcoming you tonight. Just a couple of things I want to mention. So you've heard from our sizzle reel at the Schomburg Center is about Black history and culture. We are about to celebrate dual centennials, 2025 and 26. We have been around for about 100 years. So when we think of the Harlem Renaissance, the Schomburg Center was part of that Renaissance, and so was the collection, the work of our namesake, Arturo Alfonso Schomburg, who came from Puerto Rico, for those of you who may not know that. So when we talk about Black history and culture, people often think that means we are all about the past. We are not. The archive that we have here is a living archive. It is a living thing. Black history and culture is not dead. It is growing, and the work that the filmmakers have done tonight is testament to that. The whole idea is that our culture, our history, the presence of Black and brown people and people of color, people who have come through the Atlantic one way or the other, many of us actually have long histories, but it's the future we're concerned about, and it's the future that this festival really represents. So we're here to actually celebrate the work of the filmmakers. Just one or two house rules I mentioned as I was telling people, please leave the popcorn outside. Because we are an archive and library, and we are not a movie theater, things that we can't do here that some cases people will do other places. Please no drinking and eating in this auditorium. While we have people who are up here on stage, please no flash photography. It is a lot more annoying to people sitting next to you, but also the people who are sitting here on stage. And because we are featuring films, please do not videotape somebody's film. That's really not a nice thing to do. We have guards in the auditorium. We will ask you not to do so. We shouldn't do it. So please don't abuse that privilege. I want to introduce you to the festival's founder. She will tell you about the festival, and I will just sneak in. This is the 8th year, which is a really big deal. Please welcome C.R. Capers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to opening night of the Hip Hop Film Festival. We have two absolutely amazing features for you today. The first is Bad Things Happen in Philadelphia. Who's here for Bad Things Happen in Philadelphia? Okay. And after that, I hope you guys stay for the next filmmaker, because part of the reason why festivals are important is so not only that you can see the stories that your friends and family and the crew works on, but so that you can engage with other filmmakers. So the film after this one is called King Dome. And King Dome is a local Harlem story. It features a lot of the folks that you see on your TVs and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't understand how important community sports is to us here in Harlem. So Bad Things in Philadelphia and King Dome, I put these two together because, as you will see, you have a lot in common. So hopefully by the end of the night, you'll also get to know each other, build community with each other, build economy with each other. A lot of you are in the film industry, and as you know, there is a strike happening, and it affects all of us. It affects our entire community, because that's how we make our bread and butter. We may not be related to studios, but we still feel that pain. So now more than ever is the time for independent projects to be seen and to be supported. So just by you being here, you have taken a crucial step towards activism and making sure that stories are told, economy thrives, local economy thrives, and that our filmmakers are able to create. So please give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, cool. Now that we done got that out the way, remember what Kevin said. This is our living, breathing Smithsonian for Black culture. Okay, Langston Hughes' ashes are interred here. So these are hallowed grounds you guys are stepping on. So please, let's be respectful of the space. Now, speaking of being respectful of the space, there's one other thing I want to tell you guys about. We live at the intersection of culture, art, and technology. When you guys came in, there was an installation, a permanent installation that you could not see. You needed to use your phone to see it. It was AR, and it's an app called Mimbit. And with me, I have my partner, Jay, and Mr. G, who's going to come out and tell you a little bit about Mimbit, why it's important. As filmmakers, you guys need all the tools at your disposal, specifically as we go into the future. We have a project called the Harlem Walk of Fame, and they're going to tell you a little bit about it. Guys?
Hello there.
Hello.
Can I get a what? That's better, yeah. So, I'm from San Diego this morning, come to celebrate with you. I don't have to remind you of how essential Harlem is in the world of arts, culture, and history, known as the epicenter of blacks' arts and culture. Harlem is an exceptional reminder of how much blacks have given to America. That despite of some efforts to try and erase our immeasurable contributions. The history and level of black excellence is the reason that the San Diego African American Museum of Fine Art selected Harlem to launch our Walk of Honor exhibit. The Walk of Honor is an opportunity for visitors to experience the neighborhood during what many consider the most progressive times of black musicians, artists, and writers, the Harlem Renaissance. Using technology developed by Mimbit, visitors will be able to experience the Harlem of the 1920s and the 30s at the former physical locations, as well as the historical significant individuals using augmented reality. Imagine walking down the street and you step in front of the former location of the Cotton Club. AR will take you back to the vibrant club scene. Or another location where you can see County Cullen reading poetry, or Zara Neale Hurston reading from acts from her play. If you have a phone, you'll be able to experience the exhibit forever. None of this would be possible without the Harlem Partners, the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, and the Harlem Film House. They have been tremendously supportive. We are so excited, and we are pleased to announce this exhibit here at the Schomburg during Harlem Week. And since this is the burial site for Langston Hughes, it is fitting that our AR example is the image of the great poet himself. In the spring, this exhibit will be all over Harlem. You'll be able to walk through all kinds of places and see things from the past, just as they were right now. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to say I'm so honored that this project is working with us and using the Mimbit app. It's exactly what Mimbit was built for. I call it an augmented reality storytelling platform. And CR asked me to mention a couple of things because you guys are filmmakers and people who have created, who are creatives, that this technology is going to provide you with a whole other way of communicating. I firmly believe that there is a new art form waiting to be born, which is a geolocative narrative. So basically it's a story that takes place through space, and you are actually leading your audience through the real world and then sharing a story with them. And a Walk of Honor that's about real places is one form of that, or a history tour. Like there's a history tour down in the West Village that you can see right now. But you could also have a fictional narrative using the same technology. And so I just want to throw it out to you to think about that. Think about what would you do with the possibility of putting any kind of media, 3D objects, 2D images, video in a spot, leaving it there for people to find and leaving it there for people to discover in space. And if anybody has any fun ideas, come talk to me about them. All right, thank you very much.
All right, without any further ado, it's time to find out what bad things are happening in Philadelphia.
suspects drove off in a Toyota.
Yeah, it's a lot of people dying, a lot of homicides, a lot of mamas crying. Gotta keep on going, gotta keep on trying. As long as I stay focused, ain't no way I can't win. I heard a couple shots and then I heard them sirens. I heard that boy screaming, then I heard that silence. He was talking shit, so then they had to rock him. From where I'm from, shout out to anybody that lost, anybody that shared real rap. We in the trenches, we all fighting, cause we gotta make it. All my boys from the block solid. If you touch them, I'ma rock you. If you rock me, they gon' pop you. I stay solid on my 10. Mama told me watch your friends. A lot of lizards, they be slime, but they be capped, they ain't your kin. 100 niggas in your circle, 99 to pull you down. When you was just losing, half of them people was not around. Soon as you start winning, that's when they all start to come around. Watch your circle, nigga. Man, I miss all of my soldiers, RIP to y'all. We was in them trenches, man, we had the ball. Got a couple homies calling from that jail call, and they be locked up in they cell, man. They won't see tomorrow. Damn, I can't wait till you touch down. I'ma give you a call. When you get it, just stay humble. You ain't gotta show it off. Different from these other niggas. Swear I was cut from that cloth. I've been grinding so hard, I swear I cannot take a loss. Claiming that he is a man, I heard he gave that statement off. Claiming that he hard body, but that boy working with the law. If you was my brother, got your back, and that's forever, dog. Chicken say she love you, but she lined you. How that work, dog? Struggling to get this paper, so I got that pick off. I'm trying to make it to the top. Yeah, I'm talking blast off. Watch how you receive, cause these boys will get you picked off. Coming from the bottom, yeah, the darkness of that pit, dog. Told me to go get it, so I went and made a flip, dog. Chip up on my shoulder, yeah, I'm moving like a big dog. I be all up in the field, moving cautious, I ain't trying to lose my life. Spun a block, couple shots, and they took his life, damn. Now his mama crying, who gon' tell her, man, that shit ain't right. Man, that shit ain't right, man, that shit ain't right. Man, that shit ain't right, man, that shit ain't right. Correct. It's a lot of people dying, a lot of homicide, a lot of mamas crying. Gotta keep on going, gotta keep on trying. As long as I stay focused, ain't no way I can't win. I heard a couple shots and then I heard them sirens. I heard that boy screaming, then I heard that silence. He was talking shit, so then they had to rock him. From where I'm from, it ain't no fighting, get your Glock 10. Yeah.
You sure? Yeah, take my chair.
My mom raised me to be you feel me, make lady first.
Boy, sit on down. Sit your ass down. Kira, stand up, please. I need everybody to stand up. You deserve that flower. Coach. Get a man a round of applause. want to get some applause. So I saw you. Yeah, come on, Coach, come on. There's a reason why we all do the things we do, right? Today, everybody thinks is the anniversary. Well, it's hip hop's 50th anniversary. Wooty wooty woo. The Hip Hop Film Festival for me started because my mom was born on August 11th. My mother refused to let us watch TV in the house unless there was someone black in front of the camera or behind it, above the line or below. I found that when I came out of my bubble of Harlem and got to college, met white folks, so on and so forth, people were treating me according to what they learned about me on the news, on their television. So it became a mission to be able to provide platforms for our stories to be told, because this is how the world learns about us. This is how the world decides what resources they will provide for us. This masterpiece that you guys have created through your work, through your lens, through your music, through your dedication, is very important. And that's why it was important for you guys to have this space to be able to use this platform that is the Schomburg to propel your mission. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you guys and how much of a kindred spirit we are. And I want to let everyone know that if you are in this audience, by you participating in this, is supporting it, but we need more help. We need you guys to tweet about this, take pictures of them on this stage, put it on your social, send it to reporters, do whatever you have to do to make sure that this story gets told and the resources that they need in Philadelphia, at least that conversation begins to happen. What I want you guys to do, there's 2 microphones on either side. We have a couple of minutes, and I want you guys to ask questions, engage our folks here, and I'm gonna let you guys talk now. Okay, so Kira, can you please tell us a little bit about the process of making bad things happen in Philadelphia?
Oh man, the process, it actually started out as a passion project during the height of COVID. I didn't have no money, no funds, no nothing. I had not a dime. And I reached out to my friends that are in the industry as well, because I'm a full-time commercial producer. And I reached out to my friends. I said, hey, I have this message on my heart. You know, do you want to help me? And on the weekends, you know, when we weren't filming, my friends, for free, helped me start putting this project together. And after a while, I said, you know, I feel like I have something here truly special. I think it's time for me to make my first feature film, because this is my first feature. And, you know, I put together this sizzle, sent it to my film sister, and then she sent it to this man right here, Mark. And what did she say, Mark?
She said you need to stop what you're doing and take a look at this sizzle reel. Now, mind you, this is probably 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And so I did, and yeah.
And I get a message from Mark, and he says, hey, you know, can we meet on Zoom, on Google Meets? And I said, okay. You know, my film sister is vouching for him. And he says to me, I know you don't know me from a can of paint, but can you trust me and now crowdsource for this film? I will get you the money. And he gave me the money to finish my film and make my directorial debut as a feature director.
We're all clapping because we understand how infrequent that happens, particularly in the world of storytelling. And it was done so beautifully. So tell me how you connected with Shoot Basketball. I mean, yeah, Shoot, please, make me sure I get it right.
Shoot Basketball,
Shoot
Not
Basketball, Not People.
This is my cousin. This is
Your
my first
cousins?
cousin. Yes.
Okay.
So
okay. Keeping
when
it
I'm
in the family.
So when I'm asking about the relationship with Pop Pop, that's my Pop Pop too, you know? So this is my first cousin. Our mothers are sisters. So I remember when these kids, when they were young, you know, and Gary was just starting out the organization, to now see them from when they were young kids to now as 21-year-olds, it's been amazing. And I got inspired by my cousin's journey and listening to their stories. And I asked him, I said, cousin, can I do a film about you? And he said, all right. And like, Gary's very closed off. He doesn't share a lot. And it was actually therapy for me and Gary, and it actually brought us so much closer, because I found out when our grandfather passed away, we were going through a lot of the same emotions, but during that time, we just didn't know how to talk to each other about it. And now we talk to each other freely. So this film has also been a blessing with my relationship with my cousin.
I think you've made us all cry a lot today. There's not a dry eye in this house. So, Gary, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. There's one thing in the film that made me gasp, because it's something that we all feel, but it's something that you don't hear very often. You said you're scared. You live in fear constantly. You're the anxiety, just going to work, coming back from work. And I don't think enough people, I think we're all in that space. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Being able to what it felt like to be able to say that and know that that's going to be on a screen and a lot of people are going to see you say that. Talk to me about that just a little bit.
I say it so freely because I've lived it my whole life. Outside of, you know, my mother moving us out of Philadelphia when we were younger, then coming back in my teenage years. But being a black man in general, it has nothing to do with just gun violence. Me sitting up on this stage being successful as a black man is already a threat, right? And then uplifting young black men, that's strike two. Being educated and understanding how this game goes is strikes out. You see what I'm saying? But I haven't struck out. You know what I mean? And I look at brothers ahead of me that I admire, the Stokely Carmichaels of the world, the Dick Gregory's of the world. Like, these are freedom fighters. These are the guys that were in the trenches getting locked up 60 to 100 times within their time span to fight for the same thing that I'm fighting for. But the thing that I wrestle with is none of those black men live long enough to see everything come to fruition. You know?
It was tough when she said, I'll have no new pictures. There's no new pictures.
Right.
Yeah, that was hard.
And that's what we deal with consistently with mothers of young black men in inner city neighborhoods. Losing multiple sons. Like, you know, what you see is just 5% of what's really happening in my city right now. You know what I mean? So it's a war zone. So for me, as somebody who's a figure that people recognize, I can't go to the basketball games like I want to. I would love to, but I can't. I would love to go sit at a Sixers game or a college basketball game, but I got to make sure that I'm like in the tuck so like nobody kind of recognizes. So I got to kind of stay low key because I don't know leaving out of that arena or leaving out of that playground or, you know, just driving and taking them home. You know what I mean? It's a constant. My head went from 3 swivels to now 6 and 7 swivels now. You know what I mean? So coming to New York and going to the film festivals in LA and Miami, like, that gives me a breath of fresh air because I feel safer in other cities than my own. Yeah. And I'm doing the work. You know what I mean? So I battle with it consistently. Like, it's not a day that goes by as a black man that I don't battle with this.
We need to wrap you in some bubble wrap.
And
people, right?
And something I want to add to that, we're still going through this right now. Gary and I, we just lost our cousin a few months ago, Frankie, who was only 37 to gun violence. Our cousin was gunned down. You know, my own husband, a month ago, you know, he was working taking out the trash, and all of a sudden he sees a kid running towards him and gunshot, like shooting at him, and he runs back in the house and has to lock the door, and he could just hear them trying to come in, and he walks out once it's quiet, and he just sees a puddle of blood. You know, so we're not in the suburbs either. We are in the middle of the storm. Shine, David King's mother, she calls me and she texts all of us because she's fearful for her son's life. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with every single day, you know? So that's why when I made this film, it's a love letter to my city, but it's also to inspire change in my city because I love my city so much. But now I'm getting to the point, do I need to move too? You know?
What do you think is at the root? What's the root cause? What's the post-traumatic syndrome that is happening? Is it poverty, crime? How are the guns getting in there? Like Nino Brown said, you know, we don't make no Uzis, right? So how do we identify the root so that we can stop the systemic violence? What is happening in those kids' homes? Is it poverty? Is it lack of access? Is it lack of something to do? Is it their parents?
I think it's a little bit of everything, but that's like kind of the cliche things politically that everybody uses. And we've always been in those situations and we made it out. But nobody ever talks about the men, the black men in the neighborhoods, policing, grabbing the young boy off the street, grabbing this guy off the corner, grabbing him from taking a gun out of his hand from doing some dumb shit and then getting locked up and wondering why our young men are running around here with this drill music and like the poison that they listening to. And it's because it's, at the end of the day, I had Steve Brennan, I had Eric Mundy, I had guys that were strong, solid black men that if they seen you doing some craziness, like they're gonna pull over and they probably gonna yank you by your like coattail and throw you in the car, like, and then give you the 3rd degree. So that's the era that I come from. And I feel like black men are scared to be men. They scared to be men. It's a lot of black men that's scared to step up in these neighborhoods, whether it's politically driven, whether it's crime, whether it's the dope boy on the corner. You can still build relationships with, I got relationships, and I'm gonna keep it all the way frank, I got relationships with dope boys. And the reason why is because if I see one of my kids dealing in that type of activity, now I'm gonna pull you to the side. Right. And we gotta have a conversation, bro. This one ain't it. But me, Coach Gary, I can do that because of the relationships that I built with these guys. So if I have an event in the neighborhood, yo, y'all gotta calm down while we doing this, or whatever y'all doing for that matter, so these young boys can at least get this experience of me bringing an NBA player or doing a basketball game for 500 people in my neighborhood because I wanna slow down the gun violence just for a day or two. You know what I mean? So, and to be honest with you, this brother to my left, man.
You're gonna stop making us cry today.
Mark has done more than what an executive producer typically does.
Can I speak for a second, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your role as the EP, because you were able to raise some money from some great names in the space.
I'll share something of my experience. This festival is so interesting to me because I got my start in music. Music was an escape for me a long, long time ago, right? And this film, I've been fortunate enough to be in the film industry for the last 5 years, and my partner over here, her name is Joanna Lumen. We started Home Studios, and I call myself a recovering capitalist in that, like I know how to make money. So the money is not the hard part. And we're talking about root causes here, and Gary's talking about the accountability that we have as black men. But we also have to hold these elected officials accountable as well, because I worked for a cultural institute, a museum in Yorktown, Virginia. It was a maritime museum, and I saw rich white men get millions of dollars for conservation programs of doors, and I'm not exaggerating, doors.
Right.
Yeah, right. I've seen the money is available, and for me, there was a massive disconnect, and Gary carrying all of this responsibility for himself. But what the hell are these officials doing
What
here?
about the conservation of life?
Right, we're talking. So in other words, and the thing is, and so me, the way that my brain is wired, I give them the benefit of the doubt. And so we made a movie, and we've been showing this trailers for people, the studios. Now, I have a relationship with Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, you name it. These are phone calls. And it's so funny, they're really quick to exploit our pain or our stereotypes. But it was hard as hell to get them to pick up the phone for this documentary. And we painted a fucking amazing, excuse me, sorry, I'm so sorry. We paid.
Speak your piece, brother. This is a safe space.
Yeah, we paved, and I'll tell you, this goes beyond just a movie. Like, and Joanna will tell you, we've called every streamer down the list. There are 125 of them, and they're all saying they would give us millions of dollars if our film was about cats or dogs. But when there are black bodies being killed at the rate of the last 3 years of Afghanistan and Iraq, like, I don't know what to do with that information. And so this process has completely disrupted our business industry, because for us, like, these are the only stories that we want to tell because we're all we got. And watching these amazing people on stage here, I didn't even mean to talk this long, so forgive me. On stage here, and I was talking to Dave outside, and he was like, hey, I'm trying to keep it together. I was like, how? Like how? Like, you're numb to things that the average person will never experience. And if we're talking about holding people accountable, we need to give these people resources for mental health support. And if you don't know what to do, give the money to people who are actually in the fucking communities and get out the way, because I've seen the list of donors, I've seen the list of organizations who get this money, and he can't out them, right? He's working with them. I can, but I won't do that today. There's a different conversation for a different day. But
we'll talk.
We'll talk, absolutely. The money's available, and so I'd say that yes, listen, the data's there. Black men are very present in our homes. Those are stereotypes, right? I have 2 lovely kids. I don't miss a thing, not at all, right? And I think they feed these stereotypes as a way to not give money and resources.
And that's why
Yeah.
they do not want those stories on the screens.
Absolutely.
Which is why I take it back to what my mother used to say, is if it's not our story, you don't watch it, right?
Yeah.
We have a charge, all of us here on the stage. They're not gonna let our stories fly on their networks. And right now is a beautiful space where independent cinema and distribution is in our hands at this point. It's just how we get together and say, okay, how are we gonna distribute this to everybody, to the churches, to the organizations, to the domestic violence organizations. There's a huge organization here in Harlem called Harlem Mother Saves. It's mothers who lost their kids to gun violence. So before you leave here today, I'm gonna hit up Jackie Rowe Adams, we'll connect, and we'll start that process. There's no reason why, if they're not gonna let us in their cinema house, we got enough money between all of us. We can rent out cinemas from city to city to city to city to city. We don't need that, and we have to come out of that way of thinking. And I'm here to help, all right? Yes. I know we got time for like one question, and we gotta move on.
I just want to piggyback off what Gary and Mark was saying with the the stereotypes of the black men not being there for their children. Me being 21 myself, I just lost my dad 3 months ago, so I just want to say, like, no matter what y'all do, like, if you a parent, bro, be there for your kids. Like, no matter what color you is, like, your kids need you. Like, simple stuff like that. It don't matter how long, what memories, them memories affect your kids. I ain't see my dad or know my dad since I was 3, and didn't get to meet him again until I was 19. And I'm 21 right now. I ain't barely spent no time with him. But them little memories that I do have, I hold on to them because that's all we got left. So for the black men that's out here who do have kids, who have multiple kids at home or whatever the case may be, just be a father to your kids. That's all they be needing. Because that's half the reason why half of these kids go out here and go crazy. That's all. They just need y'all. That's all they need.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Any questions? I know we laid it down on the stage just now. Yep, that mic right there.
How you doing? First of all, phenomenal film. Congratulations to all of you that were a part of it. My question is for the filmmaker, Kyra. What do you think your purpose is as a filmmaker? I know this is about Philadelphia, where you're from, and shedding light on so many of the traumatic stories and shedding light on all the work that people in the community are doing. What is your purpose as a filmmaker, and what are the type of stories that you hope to tell?
Oh, that's easy. I love telling the stories of the underdogs, not the people that have millions and millions of followers and influencers and all of that. Like, I like finding those untold stories, those unrepresented people, and shedding a light on them. That's my purpose as a filmmaker.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So guys, we're gonna.
One thing?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Shine, David's mom, she sent me a text. And she said that she has something on her heart today. And I want to give you this opportunity to say what you wanted to say to be on the stage.
Come here, Mom. That's my mom. I love my mom.
All right, I'm going to jump around really quick though. First, I do want to say, Kyra, thank you for the opportunity to get stories out and for doing it so tastefully. You were provided with a lot of intimate moments with all of the families, and I'm sure it was a lot on you because you were hearing them over and over and over again, during this entire process. And I know it was hard on you, but I do thank you for allowing all of us the opportunity for legacies to be carried on and for the stories to be heard. Mark, thank you for supporting the entire project. And like she said, you have done a lot, above and beyond tremendous. Like, we so appreciate you, okay? And you, like she said, I text y'all all the time. This one here has been around for a very, 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 very long time.
Go ahead.
And he has become family. It's bigger than just the children going to the program and then coming back home. He's checking on them, okay? He's coming to family functions, graduation celebrations, like any and everything. Like, the family knows him. So we do thank you because you have played such a big part in all of these guys' lives in Uptown, West Oak Lane, and beyond. You getting on the road, Nanny's car, okay? We remember all of those times, and we just want to, say thank you. I know the film titled Bad Things Happen in Philadelphia, and we know things happen everywhere, not just in our city, but it was heartfelt to us because these are the things that we have actually experienced. And the people out here that are doing the killing, they do not care about the heartache, the heartbreak, or anything that they are leaving these families to deal with when they're taking someone. And like the mom said, and it crushes me every time, because there are no more memories that you have to build with your loved one that was lost and taken from you. I'm sure everybody's family members, everybody has things with them or that sort, but nobody has the right to take someone from their family. And it's hard because you're left with families like mine. I have my sisters out here in the audience. I have my great nephew in the audience.
Say hi, King King.
Say hi, King King.
That's my cousin's son right
Okay. And my great nephew was 2 weeks old when my nephew was taken from us. He has no memories outside of what is being shown to him on a daily basis for him to know who his father is. And that's heartbreaking. And it's not fair that these children, every single day, there's a lot of King Kings out here that are going through this same thing, and it's not fair and it's heartbreaking. And Kyra is right. I text often, and I say, I gotta get my son the fuck up out of here. Excuse me. Because it's like I'm paranoid. Anytime things happen, I'm on his phone. His friends are sitting here in the audience, and I have all of their numbers, their birthdays, their parents' numbers, and addresses. In case anything happens, I know where to go. I know who to call. If something happens to one of them, I know who to call. And if I don't hear from him, then I'm calling them. And if I don't hear from them in a while, I'm calling them to check on them too. But it's something that I feel as though needs to be done in order for my heart to be at ease some. And we shouldn't have to feel like that because it's every day, constantly. So I just want to say to everybody, just hold on tight to your family, do what you can to be vigilant, and just be safe.
So I know we're out of time for this Q&A. I wish we had more time. But I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys better. You guys are part of Harlem Filmhouse family, Hip Hop Film Festival family now. And we do for storytelling what Public Enemy did for our issues back in the day. It's like, you know, we're now the CNN of the ghetto. That's what the Hip Hop Film Festival is. So we're going to work together. We're going to make sure that your dreams for this film, we're going to try to help push as much as we can, and if not, we'll find another way. Everyone, please give a round of applause. Yes, y'all need to stand up. Yes. One more thing. Yes. One more.
One more thing. Just to give you a heads up, the film is coming out soon, right? But also, this young, talented man right here is going to be the face of our soundtrack. And he has this music up, this amazing. Yeah.
Look, my mom right there, that's my momager. She got all the business cards. If y'all need the business cards, I'll hop in your film, I'll rap for you, I'll dance for
What's
you.
your IG?
Whatever you need me to do, I'm there. Let's get this money.
What's your IG?
So please look out for the soundtrack. It'll feature Jill Scott, a few others, and this young, talented artist as well. I can't wait for you to hear his music. So please, if you're looking for Follow Bad Things Philly film on Instagram, thank you so much.
So guys, my photographer is going to meet you guys on the red carpet outside. Okay. So we're going to go right to the red carpet outside. Okay? You're welcome. Okay, guys, y'all can take a 5-minute beat, and we will start the next program, which is King Dome. Coming up in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
bye. Say bye. Say bye from the kingdom. From the kingdom.
All right, Sean, come on up.
There you go. Love y'all. Good night, everybody.
Woo! All right, let's do this the right way, Harlem. I ain't no voice of Harlem, but, you know, we're going to do this. No music. No music. No music. No music. No music. Hey, no music. Keep it going. Keep it going. Till they get up here. Hey, no music. No music. No music. No music. Come on, boys. Come on, you can do it. Woo! No music. No music. No music. Come on. Come on, you got it.
No music. No music.
You know, you could have let me get a little shine on that one, voice. But this is absolutely amazing. For you guys that don't know, Sean and I met when my office was outside of, I was at the National Black Theater before its reconstruction, and I saw him on the street. And I thought he was up to shenanigans. But then I saw he was filming. And what did I say to you?
Submit to your festival.
And he was like, huh. And this was before you had like really started, like you were.
This was very early in my film career. So some people here probably went to the Hip Hop Film Festival when we were at the National Black Theater. But just outside of that, I was filming the dirt bike scene, if y'all saw my last film, when my boy Troy was on the dirt bike going past the beautiful mural that was on the side of the building. But that was where we showed in 2019, pre-pandemic.
Yes, pre-pandemic. And when I tell you he was so green and he was so beautiful in his love of storytelling, and he wanted to do it right. And he was so eager. And normally, you know, I'd be like, man, F them kids. But because it takes a lot of dedication and discipline to take film seriously and to employ your community and tell your community stories. And he just had this light. He has this light, and he's so serious about his community and making sure that we are seen the right way. And I saw that instantly, and I've been a huge fan of his ever since. He's the only person that probably has my direct contact and could be like, yo, Steve, I need this. Like, damn it. Hi. Fuck. But tell us why Kingdom. Tell us why Honcho. Tell us. I don't know why Honcho's not up here.
Yeah, Honcho don't like the spotlight. That's one of the things, you know. But can we just give a round of applause for Honcho, y'all?
Why Kingdom?
Kingdom, just for, you know, some people that don't know just my story, I was at Cardinal Hayes last summer, and I had just finished up there, and that same week, Honcho had hit me up on Facebook, and he said, yo, come out and take photos, record. And I was like, all right, I'll stop by. You know, maybe it'll be something worth seeing. It's in the community, and just something I might enjoy. But when I got there, just Kingdom made me feel like this is what Harlem is. This is the community coming out. This is everybody enjoying basketball. And more importantly, this was just a safe haven, especially, y'all saw the drone shot. That's in the center of the projects. So for the fact that there's no violence, and Honcho's been doing this for 40 years, I was like, this is a story I want to tell. And when I first started filming, I had no idea how I was going to tell this story. Like, Honcho had gave me 150 VHS tapes. He said, I haven't looked at these in maybe 20 years, but if you could find something there, put together a beautiful story, I just was looking at that task and I said, this is something I would love to do, not only for myself, but just for the community. And I just really wanted to make sure that Foster Projects was proud of it, Kingdome was proud, and Harlem was proud of it.
There's so many amazing people that you've now brought to life and made them larger than life here, like instant celebrities almost, right? These men on the stage. So let's talk about these guys on the stage here.
Absolutely. I'll let him introduce himself. So if y'all don't know, his son, Marquise Noel, was just in the NCAA tournament, lit it up, represented Harlem. So I'm just thankful. I just met him a couple weeks ago, but the fact that he's here, showed love, just shows the community of Harlem, you know. And he's in the NBA. So just, you know, I just want to say thank you to him for coming out, and just more importantly, he's done a phenomenal job in raising his son and making sure that he's making sure Harlem is looked at in the best way on the biggest stage. So I'm very thankful for you, brother.
So Honcho gave me my first job as a commentator. He came to the East Side. He said, "Yeah, I want you to commentate Kingdome." And at the age of 28, I was commentating Kingdome with Voice of Harlem. But then I quit because I said I couldn't do both because I wanted to raise my son and get him to the NBA. And Marquise Noel is the Toronto Raptors now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know who I am. I'm the amazing one, Gumby. I was one of the first original commentators. In fact, it'll be 50 years today. 50 years. Thank you. I started when I was 20 years old, working in the King Towers for 10 years, and Terry Cooper had put me on to his tournament, and I was working with him for 31 years. So I was one of the first commentators in New York. He's the voice of Harlem. I am the voice of New York. And I say that proudly.
No. Listen. The first basketball commentator in the world was in the 60s. His name was Rodin. He was the commentator for Bob McCullough at the Rucker. The second commentator on planet Earth in 1973 is Gumby. So he can say whatever the hell he wants. He can say, this is Gumby. But as for me, the voice of Harlem, like, you know, a lot of good memories. I damn near shed a tear watching that. No, real talk. You know, I got my family here, my wife and my kids, Chance, Poppy, my wife, Pastor Glover. But I owe a lot to Honcho as far as just the opportunity. Like, there's no Voice of Harlem without Kingdome. There's no Chicken Noodle Soup. There's no music. There's none of that without Kingdome. I was doing a pro league, all the ex-NBA players in the late 90s. Honcho used to come to the gym every weekend to see me. And about 2002, 2003, he offered me the opportunity to come out in summer basketball. And what's crazy about that journey was it was a guy on the mic named Booby Smooth. Y'all know Booby Smooth? All right. Booby Smooth is from Foster, so he lived where Kingdome is. And he was the mic man for all those years. So when Honcho gave me the opportunity, the people over there was like, we don't want nobody but Booby. You know what I'm saying? So my first day at Kingdome, they was booing me. I didn't even say nothing. This is a real story. They was like, yo, boo, and I was like, for real. It was, so I'm focused. And about 2 weeks later, everybody that booed me apologized. And I never forget that. And I did that year, and the next year I came in, and Honcho and a group of people was sitting up there, and they started yelling, "The Voice of Harlem." The whole part, they was saying, "The Voice." And I'm looking around, who the hell y'all? The Voice. And every day I come, "The Voice of Harlem." And then the kids, "The Voice of Harlem." And y'all know the noises I make and all that? Well, I've been doing that, right? So I used to do that, timeout, halftime. The kids used to want to dance. I start, cut, come on, cut, and all that. And the kids, they used to want to dance. That was just my thing. I just told my daughter, right? I just told my daughter, be yourself, and you never know what could come out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because people told me, yo, stop all that noises and wick and all that. Now, people don't even speak to me. They say wick, wickle, wherever I go. And it got to a point where I came to a game one day. It was a big game. I went to get the mic, and they said, "Your voice on, we can't give you the mic until the game about to start." I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" "Nah, cuz you're going to have Honcho say, don't give you the mic because they ain't going to be able to get the dancers off the court and start the game." And that led to something, though, because I'm like, damn, I got people dancing I don't even know. And everybody started coming to me, Kingdom, Diddy, every producer, everyone, like, yo, you should do music. You should do music. You should do music. And I'm like, man, I'm a commentator. I'm in my 30s. I don't rap. And I owe that to Kingdom because I gave it a shot. I said, all right, I'll try it. Everybody on me, Swiss Beats, Diddy, Pharrell, they see something. I went to the studio my first time ever with Young B, and I made the song. My first time ever recording was a song called Tone Wop. As soon as we recorded it, it got signed. Universal Records. I went in 2 weeks later. I don't write at all. I don't write nothing because I got to feel it and just go off. I went in 2 weeks later, and we did the song Chicken Noodle Soup. It got signed. I went in a little after that and made the song No Music, signed. Then I did the remix with Diddy and Nori, signed. Then the remix with Beyonce, Love on Top. All of that came from Kingdom. All of that came from Kingdom. Me sitting here right now, it came from Kingdom. Like, don't take this the wrong way, right? Right now, by the grace of God, I have another documentary I shot with CBS Channel 2, and I started shooting that about 2 years ago. And by the grace of God, it aired today. My other documentary is on Channel 2 right now. So I had a decision to watch my documentary about the dance and the music and the global movement and everything I created, or come here.
You made the right choice.
Absolutely. So I thank y'all. Kingdom.
So Sean, this is an important thing that you've done. And it's part of what I wanted for you to be the griot, the bard of, our neighborhood of Harlem. You have elevated these stories, these people, and an entire community based on just this doc. So what I want to know, and what I want you to talk to, is how the film industry, particularly independent film, can build economy and community right here in Harlem, and what you're doing to foster that.
Yeah, that's a great question. First and foremost, this is the intro to hopefully doing a bigger, larger version of Kingdom. That was just kind of the intro so you guys can just be educated on the history and, just the contributions to the culture. And it's so fitting that this is the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So, if there's no music, just like he mentioned Beyonce, all of these things all added up to just improve and push hip hop forward. So Kingdom is just one of the most instrumental parts of our culture, so I'm glad to tell that story. As far as independent filmmaking, you know, there's legends like Spike Lee right there in Brooklyn, so I just take so much pride in seeing what Spike did, and for me, as a Harlem filmmaker telling our stories, it's so important that I incorporate people from the community. So telling the Harlem story, getting people from Harlem to be involved in the music. Where's Joe West at? Where he at? He here? There we go. He had one of the beats. He's a Harlemite, so I'm very thankful to work with him. You know, my boy Coop as well, he's a Harlemite. He helped shoot this as well. He also
Coop,
has a
raise
film
your
in the
hand. Where you
festival.
at? You.
Steph Joseph, where you at, Steph?
Where you at,
There we
Steph?
go. He helped with the sound.
You.
So I want to give him a big shout out. My boy Cal also helped with the music. So
Where you at? You.
with the score and whatnot. And just, you know, this project I primarily did a lot on my own just because, you know, I just needed this story to be told. And I couldn't hold back and just waste any time. But just in general, as I try to develop the industry in Harlem and try to incorporate people in my arts, is how do we find jobs for everyone on the crew? Tons of people I know are great at hair. I know people that can do sound. I know people that can be a part of the crew in any position. So really for me and just for other Harlem filmmakers like myself and Coop, we're trying to find ways to get people jobs and roles a part of our crews. And it's not a difficult thing. I think the biggest thing in filmmaking is access. And not access to resources, but access just to get in the room. So if I'm able to get people in the room, tell stories, hopefully this film will show in over 30, 40 film festivals, and just get those eyes on everybody. That's the first step. And then from there is, once I get the resources, how do I put it back into the community? Right. How do I make sure people are getting employed? And then once my stories are told, who else has a story?
That part.
And how do we go back and make sure those stories are told? So, you know, as an independent filmmaker, getting in spaces like you've provided, getting independent filmmakers here in the room and the opportunity to screen right here in Harlem is paying it forward. And I think that's the route that'll hopefully get us get us ahead, so.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, community understanding that this film industry is wide open. A lot of you know that when there was two institutions that created the black middle class, and that was the auto industry and the post office. Both have gone the way of the dog. Well, Chihuahua, reduced. But I say that to say this, what has sprung up is film, is the film industry. That's like the biggest GDP of the United States, next to guns, war. So if we're going to side on the side of peace and we're going to say, hey, we're going to tell stories, we can create another middle class again for us through the film industry. How do we do that? By supporting stories from the culture. You can employ as many people again and again with as many stories as you have to tell. You pointed, and I'm so glad that you pointed out all the people in the audience that were part of the crew. You get budget, or we help you get budget, or we continue to do these showings and so on and so forth. Now you have bigger budget. Now you got 2 sound guys. Now you got a music supervisor and you got a soundtrack. You got a DP and a co-director, all from right here. So these are the things that making sure the Hip Hop Film Festival is here in Harlem, we want to make sure that we stress upon everyone that film economy and film community is super important. Absolutely. Second thing I wanted to let you know is y'all sold out this, y'all showed up for him. Yeah. I was getting cussed out left and right because everybody wanted to be here for you, for you, for you, for you, for Honcho. And that's what it takes to gain the attention of the streamer so that he can get additional budget. Y'all know how the business works. He can't do it without y'all, and y'all can't do it without him. All of us. So thank all of you for making sure y'all were in this building tonight. I want y'all to take pictures, post it, tag Netflix, tag Amazon, whoever you want, baby. We're going to tag them up, and we're going to let them know that your entire community, This entire Harlem is behind you. You got mad people over at Yankee Stadium right now paying money for records they done got on their shelf. Now, no disrespect to the Kangs now. But this here is important. This is your story, and it is your story as well. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the 2 mics. We want questions from the audience. It's your time to take the mic and ask your questions. Oh, tell them about the raffle while we get folks to the mics.
Yeah, so hopefully all of y'all got a raffle ticket. Right after the Q&A, I'm going to have somebody pull out the raffle tickets, but just so y'all see, we got some official...
Wait a minute, where my jersey?
I got you.
Okay.
I'll hook it up for you. So we got some official Kingdom jerseys.
Hey.
Shout out to Belchez. He's from Foster Projects, and he's also a Hazeman, so we went to the same high school.
Woo! That's beautiful.
So I'm going to give out
Love
3
that.
jerseys, as well as we also have a Kingdom bucket hat. Look, here it is. So, yeah, we'll pull out some tickets after. But, you know, more importantly, we celebrating Kingdom basketball right now. There's so many other people that weren't able to be here because the tournament is happening right now. And this is probably one of the, I mean, last year was a big year, but this year is taking it to another level. Thankful to Honcho. He passed the torch on to Kev. And Kev has been doing a phenomenal job. And if any of y'all are interested in great street basketball, great community atmosphere, definitely check out Kingdom. Tomorrow's games, I believe, are at 6:30 and 7:30, as well as 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30. And then next week is the championship game. So definitely show out for the community. And I'm sure everybody in that community will definitely appreciate y'all being there.
Amazing. Coach.
I'm going to be honest. New York City did something to me, man. Like, we don't have this in Philadelphia. The closest thing we got was like 16th and Susquehanna back in like the N1 AO days. And we haven't been able to have it since. So I used to, before like shoe basketballs really like took off, I used to catch the Metro bus up here or the train up here every single like weekend or during the week to try to check out like everybody's stuff. Y'all, Gersh, you name it, I tried to go to it because I just wanted to be in that atmosphere, and we don't have it in Philly. So I commend brothers like Honcho. I commend the brothers like you on stage, and it only makes it more exciting for me to bring that type of culture back to Philadelphia. So seeing this is like, I'm a basketball junkie, man. So like, this is art to me. Like y'all brothers that did a phenomenal job, man. And for you to break ground musically with something in our culture is like unheard of. It's unprecedented for something that we just love to be a part of. So like kudos to y'all, man. Like anything that I could do on my end in Philly to help you out in any type of capacity, like bringing Kingdom, like documentary, anything that has to do with this brand, bro. Like I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Now y'all see. That's it.
You said that whatever you could bring, can you bring those cheeseburgers and those?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They dope. Them steaks and cheese is good in Philly. I tasted it.
100%.
There you go. Get my number.
Yeah.
So for those of you that were here earlier, y'all heard me say is a reason why I put these 2 films together tonight. Coach, meet Antoine. Antoine, meet Coach.
Absolutely.
I needed these 2 communities to come together because what y'all are doing is too important. Absolutely. And I don't want this to be the last time y'all speak. I'm gonna be checking on y'all. You know that's right. Yes.
So funny, my cousin, me and we right next to each other. Ayo, Sean.
Yo.
I challenge you to turn this into a feature. This can't
Absolutely.
be no short.
No, absolutely.
This can't be no short film.
Okay.
Film, yeah.
Absolutely. You got my word.
Filmmaker to filmmaker, just hearing these legends speak on the stage and then also getting a taste of that short, I can see a feature like this on 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Turn this into a feature film. I challenge you.
I'll
and
take
if
that
you
challenge.
need anything from me, because I'm a producer, I'm not just a director. If you need any support, I got you, filmmaker to filmmaker, and that's all I got to say.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Kyra.
Hey.
My brother in the red hat, come on up.
Hey, Sean, I just want to say congratulations once again, man.
Thank you.
Definitely
And if y'all don't know, this is Positive Energy. He's at every street ball basketball game in New York City.
What up, Paz?
Thank you.
And he has the Flyers Kingdom jersey on too. His outfits is always on point.
Hey.
So thank you
Thanks
for
a
coming
lot.
out, brother.
All right, thank you. One thing I wanted to ask was the 3 mic man for the street ball. I wanted to know, what was your signature? What was the main quote or verse to get the crowd going? Because I know for me, for Gumby, if you can do it, the 2-minute thing, the 2-minute, if you could do that for us, not just for me, but for everybody here, but also for Taz and Voice, what was your main signature?
Oh, I gotta record this. Hold on.
Yeah, don't do it until the cameras come out. So explain to them what the 2-minute warning is.
Okay, the 2-minute warning is before the first half and the last half. Now, a lot of people would say, it's 2 minutes in the game, blah, blah, blah. But I kind of like drag it on to give it a little class. So this is how I do it. When I say it's 2 minutes, 2:05 in the game, 2:04 in the game, 2:03 in the game. I see the thing ticking, and then I'll say, 2 minutes. That wakes up everybody. So that was my signature, and I started that on the east side, working with Taz for 5 years at the Showboat. So that gave me the opportunity. But like I said, I worked with Taz. In fact, me and Taz did Madison Square Garden in 2008. We were the first street ball commentators to work in the Garden. So we had that opportunity. And given the opportunity with Sean being up here, and I appreciate everyone that was a part of my life that brought me onto this stage, Honcho and a few other people. And I thank you, Honcho, for everything since back in 1998. And that's how long we worked together. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So my signature was, when you have a player running down the court, I used to pick the areas of the court, and I'd be like, half-court line, three-point line, free throw line, layup line. So every point of the court, I was just predicting where they're going to go. So that was my signature.
Woo!
Only one? 2. My main signature was get the light feet going.
Thank you very much. Next.
No, that was my main one, right? Get the light feet going. They like that. That's like all on my songs. But my main signature would probably be, I am the play. I don't call play-by-play. I'm a little different. Whoever I say going to shoot the ball or going to pass the ball, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, the coaches tell the commissioner, don't let me do the games because the teams don't listen to them. I wasn't able to do championship games because the players would listen to me and not the coach, and they ain't let me do the game. But I just want to say one thing real quick off the subject. I'd like to thank Honcho because what he did is, if you know, basketball is my life, and it's most of the people's lives, and wherever you at. And on the east side in Harlem, we know the kids really, you know, the average kid they don't know what it is to go on vacation for the summer. They here. You know what I'm saying? And Honcho and Kingdom give them somewhere to be 3 days a week that they never want to leave. And I saw that myself. One day I was on the mic at Kingdom, and the second game, the team didn't show, and it was a forfeit. And nobody left. It was like 8,000 people. And he was like, all right, just do what you do, Voice of Harlem, just act crazy. And I did that for 2.5 hours, and not one person left because Kingdom was the place to be. So we want to thank Honcho for just giving the people somewhere to be. That alone. There's nothing else on the east side. East side don't really go up to Rucker Park and Dykeman. I haven't been to Dykeman in like 3 years. So, you know, Kingdom just give everyone in Harlem, especially the east side, somewhere to really be family orientated, the TA president's involved. It's just like the other day I was on the mic. It's love. It's a love thing. It's a love thing.
So listen, we are at our time, but we want to do the raffle.
Oh yeah, let's do. So we got the raffle. We got 3 jerseys and a bucket hat. So you picked 3 tickets already? Oh, that fast? All right. Just put the jersey. You put it down. I'm gonna get you one. Which tickets is it? Those are the 3 tickets? All right.
Okay, folks, get your raffles
All right.
out.
Hopefully y'all
Get
got a
tickets
raffle
out.
ticket. I got you. Yeah. I got you.
We ready?
Yes.
All right.
What-
First number.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the bucket hat. 187070.
All right, come on up. Oh, damn
We
it.
got it. He got it? All right, we got a bucket hat.
There we go. Woo!
There we go. There we go. Nice. All right.
Next number.
All right, we got 187005. Nobody? All right. And 187173. You got that? All right, look, lucky man. Wait. Verify his ticket. Verify his ticket. Look. Yeah, give him this jersey.
Come on, young man.
7-3?
All right.
Yeah, we're going to need one more.
Okay.
All right, 187054. Nobody?
Nobody?
We got a
Oh, right
winner?
there in the back.
All right. Give him the gray one.
All right, next number.
All right, the
The Schomburg
last
gonna shut the
ticket
lights off
is
on us.
187166.
187166. 187166 right here.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
Nice. All right.
All right, folks.
Wait, what happened?
So, we got it?
All right.
There he is in the Hawaiian shirt.
That's love. Look, he was supposed to win. That's love. He deserved
All right.
it.
All right, guys. So, if you can please give a round of applause. I want to thank. Yes. All right. Now, because we took a little extra time, we're going to have to leave the building expeditiously. But here's the thing, before y'all move, don't move. Wait. We are going to a restaurant after this. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have shots. We're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate each other in a spirit of love and unity. What's the name of the restaurant again?
We can either. We want to go.
We're
we're
going to
going to
go
Harlem Tavern.
to Harlem Tavern. Everybody, you're going to leave out that door and go straight to Harlem Tavern. Thank you for attending. Good night. See you guys tomorrow. Right. On the red carpet? Right to the red carpet?
Yeah, they want to.
Boys. Let's grab a stage photo.
They don't want us at the backdrop?
Yeah, they want us at the back. Let's get one on stage. Okay, can we get one on the side like the precinct?
Honcho, come in the photo. My bad.
Yeah, right. One more. Trying to sneak out.
Everybody, we will be meeting at Harlem Tavern. Okay, guys, red carpet first. My photographer wants.